So today I actually want to talk about a kid's version of the Galaxy Tab A9 Plus. And Samsung recently released this tablet, and you might be wondering if it's worth buying and how different it is compared to the regular Tab A9 Plus. So I'm going to cover that in this video, so with all that being said, let's get right into it, and let's talk about this kid's version of the A9 Plus. So the kids edition of the Tab A9 Plus, it does retail at $270. It retails at $50 more compared to the regular version, which does retail for $220. You might wonder what's different about it. Well, it's surprisingly not a lot. So if you look at the box, you're gonna find this actually comes with a Tab A9 Plus, and it comes with a A9 Plus cover. So the case actually comes separately. It's not built onto the device. I know some previous devices that were built for durability, they would just have the rubber piece of the case just built into the tablet. But here you're not finding that. They really just designed a kid's case that has a really cool kickstand on it, and it is going to be very durable and high quality compared to some of the other cheaper cases you're gonna find on Amazon. And it also comes with a sticker pack, it comes with 2 tethers, and it comes with these unique Crayo Pens. Now the kids edition is going to come with 64 gigs of storage, and it's going to come with 4 gigabytes of RAM. So if you really like this case, but you also want more RAM and more storage on your Tab A9 Plus, you could always buy the 128 gigabyte version of this tablet, and you can always buy this case separately, if you're okay with buying the blue version from Samsung's website. They are selling it for $34.99, and that is really good news, but I'm not seeing the yellow version or the red version just yet. If you're okay with 4 gigs of RAM, especially if you have kids, it's probably not a huge deal, and 64 gigs of storage will be enough to download a lot of basic games for kids. You will find that the case is pretty nice. So this little kickstand here, it does pop out about halfway, and then it actually just goes in right here. There's little holes here on the case itself or on the kickstand so that the kickstand can just pop right in. So it doesn't snap in so hard that it's really hard to grab out. It's actually very easy to pull in and out, so you are able to access that kickstand pretty easily. You also have access to your ports on both sides of the tablet, and this material, it does just feel a little more durable than some of those cheaper Amazon cases. So it does feel very nice, and I do like the texture of the material as well. This is really gonna do a good job of protecting the Tab A9 Plus because it's gonna have these bumpers all around the case here, so that if your child does drop the tablet, you're gonna have a very large bumper all around the bezels to make sure that the tablet is protected. If you drop it on the backside here, there is a lot of cushion built into this case, especially with this kickstand. So again, this tablet is going to be very well protected if you do put it in this case. Now beyond that, you do get a cool little sticker pack. Maybe your kids want to play with some stickers. It's just some stickers of various animals. And you also have these little styluses here. So this is gonna be really neat if your kids really like to color and maybe they download some of those kids apps where they can color. This is gonna be a really cool addition to really have with the tablet, and the tether actually helps where they might not lose it quite as easily. But it's still long enough to where they can actually do their coloring, and it shouldn't affect them too much. And I will say that these pins, they're actually more useful whenever you're coloring than whenever you're navigating around your tablet, because these are really meant to mimic something like a marker or a crayon. You're not going to be able to get around quite as easily whenever you are going from screen to screen, because you do have to press a little bit harder on the screen. It has this little soft tip on the pin, and that means that to actually get it to activate, you are going to have to press a little bit harder whenever you are coloring or whenever you're using it. So it's really great for coloring, and I think it does a great job for that, and they're really trying to mimic that, but it's not doing a great job whenever you're just navigating around. So keep in mind what these pins are really for. So you're not getting some extra performance here. You are gonna have to stick with the version with 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, and there's no other differences here really with the tablet. So you're gonna have to ask yourself if it's worth buying for you and for your kids. And I would say it really does depend on how much you like this case. Keep in mind that there's a lot of times that you're gonna see sales on the regular Tab A9 Plus, but sometimes those sales will not apply to this Kids Edition. So if you see the regular Tab A9 Plus, and if you see it go on sale for like 50 bucks off or 80 bucks off, or you might even be able to find the cool 128 gig version with 8 gigs of RAM. I know it's cool because a lot of people love it, because it really is good, not just for kids, but for adults. A lot of adults really like that version of the Tab A9 Plus. There's a reason why my videos on the Tab A9 Plus have popped off the way they have, because people really are looking for a good, affordable tablet. If you're wanting to get more RAM, well, you might be able to find the Tab A9 Plus with more RAM for $50 cheaper than you're gonna find this version, or maybe even $100 cheaper, depending on how things stack out. I've seen the version with 4 gigs of RAM down like to 150 or even 135 at times. So if you see it for 135 with 4 gigs of RAM, you might see the Tab A9 Plus with the Kids Edition on sale for like $230 or $240. So again, are you willing to spend $100 extra? It all depends on what sales you're gonna see. So I am gonna have links in the description. But if I was deciding what to buy for my kids, I would definitely pay $50 to get this, and I would pay that $50 to also get this right here, this stylus and this tether. I think it's a really, really cool thing for kids. So sure, I would pay maybe an extra 50 bucks to get this, but would I pay an extra 100? Probably not. I would probably just find a $10 case with a cool kickstand, and I would buy a $10 stylus if I needed to. It really depends on what you're looking for. I think this is a great all-in-one solution for kids. It's going to guarantee that they get a good durable case that will last. You're not going to have to go through 2 or 3 cases. You're also going to get a decent stylus that they're going to enjoy, and you're going to get a nice tether, some cool stickers, and it's all going to come together and be supported by Samsung. But if you are looking for a good value, check those sales. If you see this on sale and it's very close, if it's within 50 bucks, I would say it's worth buying. But if you don't see this on sale, and if you see the Tab A9 Plus on sale for even cheaper, well, I would go with that. If you're wondering how good the Tab A9 Plus is by itself, I reviewed it in full, so check out some of those reviews, okay? I'm gonna have those at the end of the video. I'm gonna also put them in the description as well. But feel free to check out those reviews if you wanna really see how good it is. But I think it's a great tablet for kids and for adults. I think it's more than fast enough. And I know some of you might wonder if you should get 8 gigs of RAM or 4 gigs of RAM. I did cover that in another video as well. But this case right here, and the Kids Edition with these styluses and everything, I think it's pretty darn cool. I do think it's worth recommending, but I do think some of you have to check out the prices. Otherwise, you might end up paying $100 extra just for a case and for a stylus. So hopefully this does help you out. Please give me a like on this video if you like it, and please give me a sub. That does mean a lot to my channel. Another way to support me is to check out those other videos that I have and to check the links in the description. If you're gonna buy one of these things, feel free to use my links. That is a way that my channel is supported, so I really do appreciate it. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave comments. I try to get to most comments as well. So thanks again, I really appreciate it. And again, if you get more time, check out some other A9 Plus videos. Have a great day.